Welcome to Getting to Know You. I'm your host, Eman Tuzman-Eagan, and I'm happy to welcome you to this podcast where we get to know members of the Berkshire Hills Music Academy community better. Our guest for today's episode of Getting to Know You is Emily Webster, joining us from Berkshire Hills. Welcome to Getting to Know You, Emily. I'm so glad to have the chance to interview you today.
Hey, glad to be here.
Okay, so where did you grow up?
I grew up in Essex, Connecticut. I grew up there. I was born at Middlesex Hospital in Yale, New Haven. So, Connecticut.
How long have you been playing music?
Long time. I don't count the years. Music's always been in my life growing up. So, yeah.
How did you get involved in BHMA?
I went to a camp called Belvoir, which was in Lenox, Massachusetts, and that camp was for people with Williams syndrome. And the camp eventually shut down to be an all-girls school, and then my parents found out about BHMA, and I am one of the first original campers to migrate from Belvoir to BHMA, so that's how I got involved with BHMA.
Do you play any instruments, and if so, which ones?
I do. I can play tambourine pretty good. Cowbell. Shaker I need a little bit of work on, but those mostly.
What is your favorite song to jam to?
Oh. Love Sweet Child of Mine.
Good choice.
Got by Guns N' Roses. I can also hand drum. I did African drumming a long time ago.
Yeah, can you tell us about that experience?
Yeah. So we had a teacher here named, at the time he was named Aiden, now he's known as Owen Owens.
Yep.
And he decided that our school needed to learn about African drumming, so he did a demo with some people that he knew, and awesome. I saw the demo and I said, I need to be a part of this, like do whatever, sign me up. And then I did African drumming. So you learn different styles of music from Africa. It was awesome. I miss it.
I understand you guys played a gig in New York. Where in New York?
I can't remember where in New York. It was a long time ago. I didn't even think Karen Carrera would actually let us go all the way to New York.
That's what I heard. You guys went to New York somewhere, right?
Yeah. We went to New York. It was fun. Owen had a friend who created this place called K Kali, which is in Africa. It's for people with disabilities.
Oh, that's cool.
Because in Africa, people with disabilities are seen as like they're cursed, or it's just the way that people in Africa were brought up because of like churches they might have gone to or whatever. So, people with disabilities were seen of, as cursed people, like bad people. So, we went there to show people that we might have a disability, but we're not bad people. We just love drumming. It's fun.
Yeah.
So, yeah, it really opened my eyes to how different it is. Like in America, we have a lot of freedom.
Yeah.
In Africa, people with disabilities don't have that much freedom. So it's sad, really sad.
It sounds that way.
So we brought ourselves to, show that we're awesome. And yeah, that's all I remember from it, honestly.
If you had a superpower, what would it be and why? You said you already know what it is.
Yeah. I want to be able to
us.
fly on an airplane without getting sick. I have dreams where I'm asleep and I'm flying on an airplane and I feel great. But my reality is I get on an airplane and my anxiety kicks in and I feel awful.
Yeah, I heard. You told me that you hate flying.
Yes, I do. Yeah, I'd rather be on the ground. I'm the kind of person that loves being on the ground. If I'm on the ground, great. If I'm like up in the air flying, I'm like, get me out of here.
Now, what is it about it? Is it like the 30,000 feet?
It's just my anxiety.
The height? Is that the fear of it?
I think knowing once I'm in it, I can't get out of it until it's landed. I think that's what's the thing is. Like, I just feel in my stomach, like my stomach's turning, and I get sick. So I'd rather not fly if I can, for that reason.
Are you in a band, and which ones at BHMA?
Yes, I'm in the Capabilities, which meets 4 times a week, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, and Friday. And I'm also in Rock and Roll Ensemble that only meets once a week. but still pretty gnarly.
This is my favorite question. If you could play with any musician, dead or alive, who would it be and why?
I think Janis Joplin. I dig Janis Joplin.
Good answer.
Like, her voice is so raw, and it just draws you in, and I love Janis Joplin. Or I would choose Pink. I love Pink. Janis Joplin or Pink, because they have kind of like the same kind of like rawness about them. I love that.
Favorite class at BHMA and why?
I have a bunch of different things, but I feel like, not to boost Wes' ego, but I definitely do like rock and roll ensemble because it allows me to be more of myself. Like, some classes I feel like you have to, like, you know, do this stuff and you do it day in and day out, but rock and roll ensemble is where I can just, like, headbang and just, I love rock music, so rock and roll ensemble is definitely one of my favorites.
Do you have any pets and what are their names?
I have 4. I have 2 that live with me currently and 2 that live at my parents' house. So I have 4. I have Hank, who's a Cavapoo for a dog. I have my cat Pippi, who's a rag doll. I have a corgi that I live with. Her name is Layla. And I have a house cat named Zella that I live with.
Now, I understand you didn't get the name from the song Eric Clapton, right?
No!
Okay.
It was just the name that she had.
Not after the song.
No, with Zella, it's interesting. Celine was watching NCIS, and there's a character named Ziva, and she started saying Z names, and the cat would react to the Z sounding names. So she's like, "Oh, all right, I'll make the cat a Z sounding name," and Zella just stuck. So Zella. Well, I call her different things, but Zella mostly.
Tell me a time about a time you were nervous for a performance.
Oh, I'm nervous all the damn time for a performance. Especially at Variety Hour. Variety Hour is really intimidating.
Good job, by the way, last week.
Thank you. You sit there and your anxiety builds and you're just waiting and waiting and waiting and waiting. And then when you finally get on and do it and you get off stage, you're like, oh, thank God. It's like a weight gets lifted. But I'd say I'm nervous all the time, and people come up to me and be like, how can you possibly be nervous? You've done this so many times before. It doesn't matter. I think nerves are great, actually. Nerves can really help fuel performances. They can make it better. So I lean into my nerves whenever I'm feeling them to just kind of guide me and stuff. So, yeah.
When did you start here as a student? That may be a tough one.
I think it was maybe 2000 and I want to say 8. I graduated in 2007 from Burn Academy in Manchester, and then I graduated here in 2015.
But how do you know Julie outside of school? You guys went to the same school, right?
Yes, Julie and I went to Burn Academy, and so did Celine. Julie's husband went to Burn Academy. I never met him.
They never knew. I
never met Celine until last year. So I didn't know she existed before that. So now Celine and I live together, and it's great. I'm happy.
What is your favorite song to sing to?
Ooh. I don't know. Just kind of depends. Like, I love singing to Don't Speak by No Doubt. I love that song. The song slaps.
It's a good choice.
Can I say the word slap? Like, it slaps.
It's legal. What is your favorite song to play with the capabilities?
Oh. We're working on Ain't No Mountain High Enough right now, so I guess I'd go with that. Because I love a good Motown classic. I love Motown as well.
This is your first year in the capabilities, right? First year?
We started last year. Our first thing we did was like play at the gala at BHMA. We play at the galas.
How long have you been in the capabilities?
Since last year. Like, I don't remember when we started, but I would say last year.
Do you have like a favorite song, like past capabilities, or like when they were the troupe? Have you when you heard them play? Do you have like a favorite song that they played in the past?
Ooh.
Before they were the capabilities, they were the troupe.
The
capabilities, it was the new name. The troupe was the old name. Capabilities is the name. They changed the name.
I have have to say I love listening to the music. I just dig it. It's good. You can harmonize to it. It's a perfect song for harmonizing to. So listening to the music is definitely one of my favorites that they did. And at that time, I really wanted to be part of the troupe. But now I'm part of the capabilities, and I work with Tom, and it's awesome. I love our dynamic.
How many members are in there?
Let me see. There's me, Mark, Franklin, Jeremy, Tim, Michael. So that many.
Oh, yeah, Michael's a new member. What's it like to work with Michael?
Michael learns in a different way, which I find interesting. He has to hold guitars in a different way to make it work for him.
Okay.
It's not like how like Wes would hold it or Matt Chastain would hold it.
Yeah.
He has to lay it on his lap and then play that way. So
I've seen that. Yeah.
it's been cool to like learn that people play things differently.
So he learns in a different way than most members?
Yes, definitely. I would say so.
Because he has to, instead of like holding it in the hand, he has to lay it on the lap?
Yes, I have seen him play that way. I have seen him do slider guitar stuff that way. We do some songs where, we need that. And Michael adapts pretty well. Yeah. I mean, some of the troupe members have left, so it's a little bit different. But
Oh, yeah.
we have Tim, and we have Franklin still, and Jeremy still, so we all contribute different things.
Yeah, I knew a couple members that have left. I left. Oh, yeah, you're talking about the newest members, right?
Yeah.
That Justin and those guys.
Yeah, I miss them.
Yeah, what was that experience like when... What was that experience like when Justin and Marco and Sasha left and all that? What's it like? What was it like?
I was sad.
They were there when you were in there, right?
Yeah.
What was it like?
They were there when I started, actually.
What was it like for them to move on?
Well, at some point, people have to do what's best for themselves, and, I respect their decisions to try different things, and they seem happy, but I do miss them.
Thank you, everyone, for listening to today's episode of Getting to Know You. I'd like to thank Emily again for taking the time to talk with us.
Thank you for having me.
Our theme is Getting to Know You by Roger and Hammerstein, performed by BHMA community member Franklin Nichols. Editing is done by Jake Goldstein. Creative direction by me, Eman Tuzman-Eagan, with creative support from Wes Parker and my mom. We hope you enjoyed the show.